students. I also have trained many professional in different companies. So this is about myself. I'll just take a note on a screen. So I think VG, Yemi, and Shanmukha, Baivar, Nishal, Raj. So these are the people who have joined. I hope I have taken everybody's name right. Okay, so we'll just start now. So whenever we, discuss the session, I I'm sure some of you might have attended the session before as well. So this is going to be a revised session for you. And today we'll just talk some of the basics about data analytical tools. What is data analyst and why it is required, how it is demand, what is the demand in the market, why do we want it to why do we want it to move ahead in data analyst, how do we want to increase our skills in this data analyst to increase our value in the market, right? So I'll be on a mute for a minute and then we'll just start this. So I'll just start with the question and then we'll start. So what is your understanding about data analyst? One of you can please answer. Why do we want it to become a data analyst and what is the concept of data analyst? What is data analyst is? One of you please. I mean, I'm just talking to you guys. So just relax. It's not necessary to give the correct answer. Can you one of you explain? I will just request everybody if one of you can unmute yourself and just
It's
talk about.
something about like reviewing data and stuff.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Putting putting it in
This
order
is
and
related to data only. It's correct. That answer is completely right. Would anyone also give some commentaries on this? So it's completely okay if you do not have the correct answer for this question. I just wanted to know you what is your understanding on this data analyst. So accordingly, I will, like Nishchal is told that, this is related to data. Okay. So he is right that this all is related to the procedure of preparing the data. Then there are different layers of it. Okay, we proceed the data, we get the data in the server. How do we put it into the different folders? Okay, then start working on all different kind of data sets which is available, and then collating it and preparing, giving it is proper structured. Okay, so these are the basic things is related to data. I think that is something what Nishal wanted to say. Am I right, Nishal?
yeah, that's pretty much. I just couldn't put it in like right terms, but
That's
it's
completely okay. I just want you guys to talk to me, so we have we are better in connect, right? So I just do not want to let you through the slides and finish the session. Okay, I want you guys to understand, and I wanted to know what you are understanding also, right? Okay, so this is the very first question that we, whenever we wanted to go ahead in any field, it is one question is always there, that why do we want it to move ahead into that field, right? So data analyst, what we know is that data analyst is one of the field which is growing in the company. There are almost all of the companies are hiring data analyst. They have a lot of data. How they have the data? They are gathering the data. And where do they get the data from? We all are creating data, right? We already know we are how much we are connected with phones, social media. We are connected with the online market, right? Like Amazon, Flipkart. Okay, these all are applications where we have, you know, basis our history, they start recommending us what order, you know, we are more to going to buy. Okay, how we are going to, if we are more interested in the homes related product, they are going to suggest you about those products. If you are more into cosmetic products, if you have searched mode on your, so on maybe on Amazon, you are trying to buy some of the cosmetic goods, right? So the more, the chances are that the more number of cosmetic goods are suggested by Amazon. Am I right? This is how it happens, right? So how this thing is being proceed? Because whenever you are trying to search something, it is creating some of the data that one of the user or one of the person is just trying to find something on the Amazon application, right? So this is data, and besides behind this data, some process is being happened, right? And basis that some more products are being suggested to any of the user. So everybody these days is preparing and, you know, generating the data. Even when you are talking to someone on call, maybe it is 30 minutes. So one data is got generated that one person got connected with a different or with his friend, or you know, with his friends. Okay. So one person is getting connected to other person for 30 minutes. So this got captured in your phone that you can see in the history box, right? You can see in the history that you discuss or you was on a call with someone for 30 minutes or maybe for 1 hour. So this was one of the data, right? This is a very simple data. Whenever you're trying to capture some of the photo and then it is linked with Google or some different cloud storage, right? This is also a data. So when companies have so much of data, what do they wanted to know? They wanted to know their customer behavior. Okay. They wanted to know their customer behavior, how the customer is behaving. Okay. So they can work to make their market in a better way. If they know what their customer is looking for, and if they are able to supply it into the market, obviously the the profit will get boom, right? It will get increased. This is a very simple method which is being applied by all the companies. Okay, like if I'll take just one of the example for Apple phone, they have understood that this is related to factor is working there, right? So brand factor is working there, and they have understood what customer is looking for, and they are providing it in the similar way. The price range is not going to a specific limit. So if you know that what your customer is behaving, what is their behavior, you can make it better. And this is related to all the companies. How they are able to make it better for the customer and how they are able to generate more profit, because they are reading the data, they are checking the behaviors of their customers, and then accordingly they are able to provide it. Okay. So this is just a simple example which I have taken, and this all these things are happening because of they have the data available, right? Now, data analyst, what we are talking about, one of the field, this is one of the skill which everyone should have if we are related or if we are talking about data. Okay, if we are talking about data and wanted to get into this field, we should be aware of what is, how we analyze the data, what is this process. Okay, so this simple example what you see on the screen is what it is being said over here. Imagine you are a data analyst of an e-commerce company. Okay, it is one of the same example which I have taken related to Amazon or Flipkart or any other or customer service provider. So whenever these things, whenever we are trying to search something, the database is getting updated. Their database is getting updated. They have their server available in different locations. Okay, so the database are capturing what all search and history are being proceed by a specific user. What can you do with this data is other question. Okay, now once the data is available with the company, what do? They start analyzing it. And how do they analyze it? With some of the tools. Okay, you might have heard some of the tools, no? You also might have worked on some of the tools. Can one of you guys give me example which are the tools you might have seen or you might have you know if you just have an idea. You just take a name of one or few if you know. For analyzing the data.
Excel, and you can visualize it through like Power BI and all that stuff.
This is 100% true. It is correct answer. And once the data is available, you're right, through Excel and Power BI. It is great example of once you have the data available with you, by Excel you can make it in a structured way. Once it is structured, you have the available data with you. You can either visualize it with graphical representation in Power BI, or you can prepare advanced dashboard with Excel also. This is very nice example. What this person, Bibo, if I'm taking your name correct, right? Sorry if I'm mistaking your name. So uh, this is the very nice answer which he mentioned. Once the data is available, the two different tool which he has taken is Excel and Power BI. So what they are doing, once the data is available, what can you do with the data? Once the data is available, the data is being proceed on different tools. It can be Excel, Power BI, or Tableau, or different kind of tools. Once these tools are available, we are able to make it structured. When I'm saying structured, what structure does it mean? For an example, 3 months of data, it's been taken on Excel or different any of the other tool. So the data is available now. When they are checking that which of the month we had maximum number of profit, which specific week we have a specific number of profit, okay, a specific percentage of profit in different category, right? How we are able to see, what we are able to see on this other slide is what can you do with this data? Maximize profit, product to stock, who are buying. These are three different points. We'll just get it into. So maximize profit is nothing but reading, and which I've mentioned earlier, that when you are reading your customer, when you are checking their behavior, you can maximize profit because you are trying to fulfill the customer request. Once you are aware of, for an example, one person is buying more number of product related to stationery, a book, pen, pencil, okay, maybe for his kid. Okay, so when application got to know, Amazon got to know that this person is more into buying the stationery product, how they are able to maximize the profit? They will start suggesting more number of products related to stationery. Okay, they will give more number of suggestion like scale, one of the rule, right? Rule, compass box. Okay, there are more number of product being suggested by the customer service, which means one of the uh, like Amazon, which I was talking about. So they are suggesting more number of product to stock is other option. Now how can you maintain the stock? When you are able to understand this, for an example, it is like one example which I have taken after the school started, right? In the month of July, you know that more number of stationery product are going to get sold on market, right? So you'll have to make the availability to the stock, right? You'll have to ensure that the stock is available throughout the month, so you do not have limited stock and the users are not coming to you. Obviously, when you do not have the sufficient stock, the customer will not stay to your customer service, right? For an example, if I am going to buy something from Amazon, I'll just see that the stock is not available for some of the product, then I'll switch to other one, maybe to Flipkart or maybe to other customer service, right? So this is other thing, product to stock, you are able to understood that this much stock is available. Similarly, this goes similarly, state wise stock, city wise stock, the stock should be available in each of the city, so it does not take time in delivering the product. So what we are trying to do, we are just trying to read. the data, that when you have the data available, when you are analyzing that, I'll just take one of this name of the city. Bhopal is one of the city in MP, right? So if one of the user is trying to find some product, and he is able to see that the product is going to deliver in next 24 hours or maybe in 48 hours, right? Accordingly, the product uh, is liked by the person and then ordered and delivered. If we see that it is not available, or maybe it will take 7 days in delivery, do you think that he will still, be very satisfied by ordering the order from this specific customer service? Obviously, he'll go on a different one. So this is just one of the example. Who are buying? Okay, this is other option. So this is all related to reading your data and then maximizing profit. Now, what data analyst work is to do, how it is, able to increase the profit in market, how it is able to increase the throughput or target for a specific company. When company hires this data analyst, I'll just are you able to see three different snap on my screen? One is the related to sales category, then week, day, weekend, time of the day. These are three different visualization what you see. This is just a very basic and simple work done by data analyst, and this is just for your reference. I have here, you see that maybe in one of the shopping mall, maybe you do understand by DMart. DMart is one of the shopping mall, right? People usually go there and buy the products and then come back, right? So this is just an history and trend of that market. So this is done by data analyst. Without knowing the skills of data analyst, all this visualization cannot be done, right? Here what we are able to see is, we are able to see that in a mall, this is grocery, clothes, food item, leather items, electronic items, any other item, and gift item. What do we see over here is, we see grocery item is being sold at maximum capacity. More number of grocery items are being sold. Okay, more number of clothes are being sold. How we are able to identify this? Because we have the historical data. Whenever customers are coming, we are gathering the data. The data analyst is proceeding the data on a daily basis, and then preparing the report and sharing it with the leadership of that mall. Okay, so they are able to make their business better and fulfill the requirement of their customer. Here we are able to see that gift items and any other items, these are two items which is, people are not buying that. These are two different items on big capacity, right? Only 10% of people are buying the gift items. So what is data analyst work is to do? When we have start knowing this factor, what data analyst will suggest to the owner of the company, that the gift item which are not being sold on a big capacity, what can we do? Gift item can be kept near to the clothes items. Okay, so for an example, if you are going to buy some of the clothes, you are going in market for buying some clothes, maybe you are going for some of the event, right? And because clothes item is there, you'll just buy clothes and come back. But just see and imagine for a minute that when gift item is kept near to the clothes section. Okay, if gift item is near to the clothes section, your eyes your eyes are capturing that gift items are also there, right? So maybe you're going for some function, or maybe you're going for some event, so you'll see that gift items are there. So the more chances of buying the gift items are there, right? So maybe once this is done, the gift item is moved ahead to 40%. Okay, so this is just an example that what, after hiring the data analyst, this is the benefit of the company. And because this is how it is being benefited to company, this is how it is being profit is being generated by hiring the data analyst. and reading the historical data of the customer. The data analysts are being hired by company on big level. Okay, from last 5 year, the data analyst number of data analyst opportunities increased to 80% in the market. So this is only because of the profit is being generated after hiring the data analyst, right? I hope I was able to make this clear. I will also request, just in case if you guys have any question in between, you can ask in last end of the session. Okay. So until then, because in between I'll not be able to see your message box or your message. So I will request you guys to unmute yourself if you guys have some question in between, or you can note some of the question and ask me at the end of the session. Okay. The others uh, snapshot which you are able to see over here is that week and weekend, right? The week and week, okay, weekdays and weekend. What we are able to see over here is the maximum number of sales is happening within the weekend. So this is analyzing the data. Okay. Within weekdays, less number of products are being sold. So this is one of the analyzation. This is called visualization of the data. Okay, so when you have the skills of data analyst, this kind of graphs which will be you will be able to prepare and provide it to your leadership, to your manager, to your company. Okay, so what we are able to see over here is within the weekend, maximum number of customers are coming. Within weekdays, less number of people are coming. So after this after analyzing this data, you'll provide it to leadership, and what will they do? If it is in the supermarket, they will start putting some of the uh, discounts within weekdays. Okay, you might have seen on the Tuesday, or within the weekdays, if you buy or if you buy grocery or buy electronic item on some of the day, 40% of discount on this specific day. Such kind of advertisement which we usually get to see. Okay, so these are happening because of the analyzing, because they are analyzing the data and then trying to increase their profit within weekdays as well. Okay, they do not want that their customer should go on a different store. They want that their store is there and the customer should come on weekdays as well, so they can increase the you know the contribution which you are able to see, the 40%. Maybe once the analyzation of data has happened, it is increased to 45%. This is how the data gets processed. Other option which you see is time of the day, when you are able to see that more number of people are coming within a specific shift timing from 10 p.m. to 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. and then 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. maximum number of people are coming. So what you will ensure here is you'll ensure the market keeper or the shopkeeper will ensure to have the sufficient staff within this shift timing, right? Time of the day where you're able to see 10 a.m. to 1 a.m. only 8% of people are coming. Similarly, from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. only 17% people are coming, right? So what you're trying to do over here is you're trying to ensure that most of the people in your supermarket who are working there are coming between this shift. Okay, so they are able to serve their customer. Okay, and there should be few of the staff available for handling the customer between the time of 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. and 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. also. This is analyzation, and after analyzing the data, this is how it gets visualized and shared with the leadership. Okay, now we will just understand how they are sharing it with their leadership, how they are providing it to their supervisor. So this is one of the dashboard which is for Excel. Okay, on Excel, this specific dashboard got created. What you are able to see over here is you are able to see a total sales, total leads, day of the sale, funnel days, search, offer, negotiation, deal. These are different section of market, right? Managing rating, bounce rate, sales and leads, calls, presentations, email, leading page. Now all these visualization where it has more number of graphical representation. Here you have pie chart which is showing you contribution of customer source. Okay, from different customer sources the market is running. Okay, from calls, from presentation, email. Here you are able to see that the leading page is 33%, right? From leading page, landing page is one of the uh, browser which Google browser through which we get some of the link and trying to buy some of the product. Okay, so what we are trying to show here, show over here is the category wise contribution, right? So this is prepared on Excel. Top 5 managers you are able to see over here. All these things are based on the tool Excel. You are able to see dashboard, sales funnel, conversation. Okay, so this is just one kind of report and dashboard which got prepared. We'll just move ahead and click on next. This is other report which got created on Tableau. Okay, which shows again key performance indicator KPI, which is called on different KPI how the customer service is being performed and what is the score of each different KPI. Okay, for different category, what is the movement, what is the trend, what we are able to see over here. The month wise trend is being shown over here, that visitor session and page views trend. So the trend is moving upwards whenever the month is moving towards ahead. This is prepared on Tableau, which is again other one of the visualization tool. After understanding the tool over here, what we are talking about is data analyst and what is their work. We have understood what is the result of hiring the data analyst in a company. Okay, we also have understood that once the report is being prepared and shared it with the leadership, how do they work. But what is exactly work done by the data analyst? If I am a data analyst hired in a company, what work will I do? Okay, so these are the very basic information which you are able to see over here. And just don't be worried about what all is being taught to you. If you have any question, you please ask me. I'll try to answer your question. We will start from scratch. Okay, from the very base, so you will have understanding of each of your question. Your each of your question will be answered, so you do not need to be worried about it. You just relax about what is being explained to you. In more easier way, you'll get to know and understand all the different options of these tools and understand the skill which is called a data analyst. Okay, now just read these points. You have better understanding about data analyst. What do they do? Data extraction. You might have worked on some of the tool where you are fetching some of the data, downloading some of the data from some link. Okay, similarly data analyst also extract the data from some of the tool, and then preparation is the other work, preparation of the dashboard or preparation of the report. Transformation is making the data structured in a structured way. When I'm talking about a structured way, if a person, I am a data analyst, if I am trying to download some of the data, I am downloading last 3 months of data. But what I am able to see over here is on each different day, I am able to see D-wise, employee-wise, some of the data, right? But I need to make it to monthly wise. Okay, so there are some of the advanced formulas which work on Excel on a different tool for that is called a transformation for making the data structured. Okay, then you have acquired data from primary or secondary data source. Okay, data extraction does not happen from one source only, it happens from different sources also. Okay, so this is just a basic example which we have taken, maybe on a link, maybe through a link we have downloaded the data from Google Chrome or from one of the search engine. But similarly it can be downloaded from some of the folder or maybe from cloud also. Okay, you have some of the SharePoint, from SharePoint maybe you're downloading the data, so the source is cloud database. Okay, so this is what we get to know. This is what data analysts do. Okay, he analyze the information, identify patterns and trends. So what did we do over here is, this is all information. What did we gather? The data analyst tried to gather it, try to identify and then provide the pattern. So this is what it is mentioned: analyze the information, identify the pattern and trends, and then showcasting it to the leadership. Okay, reporting generation is there. Once the data analyst they start working on a daily, weekly, and monthly reports. This is not only related to reports, but related to visualization, graphical representation with some of the tools which we have mentioned earlier. Okay, monitor and maintain the operability of dashboards and reporting. Once the report is generated, the other work is to maintaining them on a daily basis, on a bi-weekly basis, or maybe on a monthly basis. So this is other work of data analyst. Here what we are trying to see, the number of tasks are done by the data analyst. Designing dashboard, monitor performance metrics. One of the KPI metric which we have seen earlier, right? This is key performance indicator, and accordingly we are able to see the scores of each different KPI. Okay, so this is the work of data analyst: designing dashboard, monitoring performance metrics. Okay, performance metric is, it indicates how the business is going. For an example, if you are getting many of the cold calls from customer care, right? They are able to identify whether the person who is talking to you was behaving to you in a proper way, was he able to answer you in a proper way, or was he able to satisfy you with your question. So there are different kind of performance metrics are being, you know, calculated for each of them. At the end of the call, sometime you get to know that if you are satisfied, please press 1 or 5, right? So this is only because of they wanted to be gauged on performance metrics. Now interpret data, analyze the result using statistical techniques and provide ongoing reports. So this is something which is not mentioned on this slide, but interpret data, analyze result using statistical techniques. So what statistical techniques and advanced function of each tool, what we will get to know in our classes, right? Now whenever we are talking about analyst, the question is there: if I am from a field which is not suiting this field, I'm not interested for this, or should I get into it or not? Because I am from BTech or I am from BSc, should I get into data analyst or not? So here you see that all the people who are in the market working on data analyst position, they are from any of the field. Okay, this is a completely different skill which is not stopping a person if they are from any of the branch. It can be from BCom, from BTech, BSc Pharmacy, MBA. These are just basic, some of the uh, graduate branches are mentioned over here. Now they can be from any of the professional, from operation, BPO, PMO, MIS, finance, HR, sales, or marketing. If they are already working on some of the profession, it is better for them to go for data analyst, because once they are start understanding what data analyst is, they will be able to perform in a either better way, or they'll get promoted also soon, because they know how they are able to identify the pattern, then they are able to showcase the trend. Obviously it will be uh, you know visualized to their supervisor and their leadership, right? They'll be very impressed with it. So any professional can go for that. Now we already have understood that from any branch you can go into it. Now what is the different tool we get to know? Okay, so these are the tools which are, we learn in data analyst. We just start from scratch, hence we have Excel also available, so you guys have understanding of what data is, how does the data look like, not starting just from visualization. Okay, from here you'll get to know what data is, you'll be able to see your data, you'll be able to work on your data and then provide it with the graphical representation with the different tools. Okay, now moving towards ahead, that whenever we are, you know or working with the data analyst, or if we are interested that yes, I should go for data analyst. Now the other question comes that is this end of the field? If I am hired on the data analyst, what is my future after it? So there are more layers after it. The data scientist and AI engineer is also there. So if you have worked for good 5 7 years on data analyst, you have more future in companies. Okay, so this is career path. After this you have developer and different levels. Okay, so this is end of this session. Hi all, I think everyone have joined, so we can start the session. So let me introduce myself and then start the session. So